Hey guys, welcome to episode 9 of season 5 of the Sunderland career mode here on FIFA 19. We've got players asking to play in the first team and they might get the opportunity in the game against Nottingham Forest in a week's time because we've a game in the FA Cup fixture that I'm not sure if it's at home or not. It is at home, but Forest are a side that could be as if I simulated, so I'm probably going to play that one. Well, in fact, I may start by simming that one against Watford. No, I'll sim Bristol City because they're hands down the worst team in the league. And they beat us in the away game, and I probably feel more comfortable simulating, knowing that I'm more likely to get a victory if I sim it than if I actually played it. We'll play Watford to start things off, then it'll be Nottingham Forest in the Cup, then it'll be Southampton away, and hopefully we might find ourselves staying in the top 4 by the end of the episode. We could easily, of course, drop out, as there's only 2 points between ourselves and City and Brighton, and Arsenal are level on points with us as well. So there's a lot to play for at this stage. There's 13 games of the Premier League season to go. Will we end with European football? At this stage, I couldn't tell you. Do drop the video a like if you enjoy. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the end of this season. We've got a big transfer window hopefully coming at the beginning of season 6, where we're looking to take that next step with the squad. But for now, we're going to continue on with what we've got. Try and get 3 points at home against Watford. Pettersson in goal for Watford. Falkir, Nelson, Kim Min-jae and Biragi at the back. 4 across the midfield as well. Lukebakio, Zaracho, who's 87 rated. Will Hughes and Pereira. Hughes, last time we played Watford, played on the wing. He's in the middle this time. And then they've got 2 up top, including Josip Drmic, the Swiss striker. So we'll wait and see if Watford can do what they did last time against us. If you remember, Pereira and Will Hughes both scored headers at the back post from crosses that led to us getting quite frustrated with our wing backs, but they've made minimal mistakes this year, so I guess I can allow them that mistake. 1 apiece in that game. I think we ended up drawing 2-2 if memory serves, but for now we're going to continue on and try and get ourselves a victory at least from this game. And if we can get a high-scoring victory as well, that would be fantastic. We have been struggling for goals recently, although the last game of the last episode did see us put 3 away. So we'll hope to build on that. Although Ed Murphy is back in the starting lineup for Lyndon Gooch, who scored one of those goals in the last episode. We'll wait and see if players like Che Adams, Moise Kean, George Harrison and Ed Murphy can turn up in today's video. Otherwise, they really are putting big question marks over their future at the club. Here into Josip Drmic. Could cross. Trying to force him wide. And we've done that well. It's a decent delivery. Oh, and he nearly got on the end of that there, Zaracho. Fair play. Good effort. Carlos Fernandez. Actually, he was the man that started up top against us last time we played Watford, wasn't it? I remember now. Remember the name. He played very well. Here he is on the ball again. Good footwork. That's would have been a great goal. But unfortunately for the man in the middle there, it was a good save by Nick Pope. Pereira with the delivery. Away by Wan Foyth. Watford certainly had the better of things offensively in the opening 20 minutes. We are the home side though, so we should be on the front foot. Hopefully we can actually get to that front foot sooner rather than later, because I'm getting a bit frustrated with all the defending I'm having to do at the minute. You would forward there to George Harrison. To Che Adams again. Go to Harrison. Back to Adams. I've got runners around me. There's space here for Jack Clark. Into the box. Cut back on that right. Really nicely done. Oh, that's a stunning goal from Jack Clark. It's absolutely superb from Jack Clark. Sunderland 1, Watford 0. Individual brilliance from the winger. Turns inside one, past the second and bends it round him into that far corner. That's a wonderful goal. One of the best goals of the season so far, it has to be said. Jack Clark was our top goal scorer last year and he's certainly challenging for that again this year. I didn't click with him when he first came in, but the past season and a half he has been on fire. Carlos Fernandez. Josip Drmic, they're looking for an instant equaliser here. Watford, oh, and if it weren't for Tomori's interception, they might well have found it. Just pump this quickly out to Ed Murphy, who's got a bit of space. Work that down the line there to Harrison. Here's Drew Yearwood arriving in support. Bit of a heavy touch, but we'll get it under control and Declan Rice will come forward. He's not quite as sharp on the turn as... Oh, it's a nice turn there. My Murphy, and he can't keep it down. Oh, getting there slowly but surely, trying to look for that second goal. Ed Murphy, whose place not only in the first team but the club is in question. He could have really cemented his place in the first team if he'd banged that in the back of the net, but he's put it well over the top and into the stand. Zaracho. Oh, it's a nice ball over the top. Win that, please. Well done, Lowe. Dermot brings that down, lays it back. Zaracho, oh, that's wild. That's a long way wide. They're going to have to be better than that if they want to get themselves back in net, Watford. Carlos Fernandez out to Pereira. Back quickly to Zaracho. Just trying to stop him getting it to Pereira there. Carlos Fernandez to Will Hughes. Cross here to Zaracho. Oh, I wasn't sure which way he was going to go. And he sold me. Will Hughes got some space here. Space is depleting. That's a good cross in. Tamori heads away. And we'll get to that first with Che Adams. And away we come on the counter. Oh, dearie me, Declan Rice. That's woeful. It might cost us. Thankfully, Josip Dermic's passing is just as bad. Ed Murphy. Good footwork. Oh, but he's not got the strength to hold off Christian Baraghi. And again, we're back to defending. We did it for most of the first half. We're doing it for most of the second so far. But we still have our 1-0 lead. So we are proving that we deserve that best defence in the league tag that we've had for the majority of the season so far. Look back here to Carlos Fernandez, in there to Pereira, denied in the turn. I'm not sure if that took a block off Justin, it did. It's to be a corner for Watford, they're making a change. I'm going to make a change as well. I'm going to take Che Adams off and bring Moise Ken on. And let's bring on Lyndon Gooch for Ed Murphy, who's not really played that well in this game so far. And we'll see if we can get ourselves a second just to kill it off. But first we're going to have to defend this corner. And the Argentinian Pereira will put it into the middle. Josip Dermic is off for them. They've made a striking change. Ulare is on in his place. Here's Will Hughes from the edge of the box. Caught in possession though by Lyndon Gooch. He had an instant impact in the first team yesterday. And he could do so again here if we can build. Plenty of space out wide here for James Justin on the counter. But don't waste this opportunity, Ches. Drew Yearwood. Back there to Moise Ken. Oh, I tried to lay that back to Declan Rice. So annoying. I have wasted that opportunity. 15 minutes to go. Still 1-0. Playing the ball about patiently, Watford. But are they perhaps being too patient and running out of time? Only 7 minutes to go. And they're still going sideways around the edge of our box. Zaracho to Luca Bacchio. Ulare across here to Pereira. It is rather ominous the way they're building like this, but then because of our solidity defensively, we've reduced them to long-range efforts like that. You're not going to score against Nick Pope with long-range efforts like that, I'm afraid. You're going to have to be better, Watford, and so far you haven't been. 3 minutes to go now. Time continues to tick by. We continue to have to be resolute defensively. It's been a lot of attacking play from Watford in this game. Hopefully now, though, with just a few minutes remaining, we should be able to keep hold of possession and see the result out. Rice across here to George Harrison. Back to Declan Rice. Oh, lost possession there. Oh, but he's a slip from the defender. And there was an offside there. It is going to be a 1-0 victory for us here, though, at home against Watford. A vital 3 points. This is a month where we should really be picking up maximum points if we can. Watford, Southampton and Bristol City aren't going to be the hardest games we face all season long. So we certainly should be winning all of them. And we've won one so far. One down. And with one in the FA Cup still to play as well. 3 to go. Forest playing a strong team. It's their best 11, as you would expect. Oya Fernandez in goal. Fosu Mensah, Bornau, Lianco and Silla. Saxidis and Chagaran holding. Lolly, Gadames and Cash with Bodu up top. It's not an amazing side, but they're all kind of mid to late 70s. So they're going to by no means be a pushover. I'm starting a few rotated players because they're crying out for some first team football, especially people like Morgan Turner and Marcus Edwards, the left back. Jamie Ward getting a nod in midfield as well. Lyndon Gooch back to the starting lineup. I'm going Moise Ken and George Harrison as the front two for this one. Just trying to reignite a partnership that has kind of gone a little bit dead recently. No striker's really been that alive recently. Liam Bennett back in the starting lineup at centre-back alongside Jimmy Dunn as well. So it's an unfamiliar starting 11, but still one that should be good enough to get victory here. Gooch gets that round to Harrison. Can we start by getting ourselves a big step towards that victory? Not with crosses like that. The ball over the top. Turner wins it well. strong aerial presence. Morgan Turner on the left of the defence. He's down as a default right back, and Edwards is down as a default left back, but they have the alternate Strongfoot. So, are you onside here, Jack Clark? I think he might just have been. We'll lift it into the middle. No one committed.
That's a shame.
Barely anyone to aim for in the middle there. Whip the cross in, and Jamie Ward's underneath it. Wins almost every single header he goes up for, Jamie Ward, but he couldn't direct that one. Cross to Morgan Turner. Down the line there to Jack Clark. Drop the shoulder. Whip the ball in. Great cross. Oh, Silla's underneath it. Had a lot of men committed forward there to try and get on the end of that. Jamie Ward will try and use his strength here to outmuscle Badu, but he's done it illegally according to the referee. Short here to Matty Cash. Out wide to Bodu again. The striker playing as almost a left wing back at the minute. Silla to Bodu for a second time. Decent delivery away by Morgan Turner. Yeah, that wasn't very good. Yearwood. Forward then into Harrison. And for Moise Ken. Good first touch. Hope that. Oh, it's a poor pass. Thankfully, Drew Ewers recovered it. It's a terrible pass by Moise Ken, though. Here's Lyndon Gooch. Cross the ball in, looking for Jack Clark. It's hacked away. Yearwood win that. Challenge for it at least, please. Please, Liam Bennett, win that header. Thank you, son. Cross there to Jamie Ward. Through that gap to Moise Ken. Been disappointing so far in this game. And continuing in that same vein. Bring that down and shoot.
Hit it hard, but not very true.
Harrison. Space now for Lyndon Gooch. And he will utilise it. Hopefully well. Looking for George Harrison on the edge of the box. Found well. On target this time, but still not in. We're getting closer, but we still can't seem to find a way through. This Nottingham Forest goalkeeper. Sometimes we get through the back line, but the final goal just won't go in. Perhaps Moise Ken on this occasion. Nope, straight at the keeper again. That'll be 0-0 at half-time. Again, Jack Clark making moves. I'll actually go through here to George Harrison. Then back looking for Moise Ken. Use your acceleration, Moise. He's in behind. He might have just signed for Everton in real life. We're about to sign for Everton in real life, but we're still trying to get him a goal in a Sunderland shirt for the time being. But no one can seem to score in this game, let alone my strikers. And if you can find the ball here, Matty Cash could cause us some problems. This is getting end to end now. The game getting really stretched, but just as that touch portrays, there's still a lack of quality in this game. Got some changes waiting to be made, but for the time being, the players on the field still are trying to have the desired impact. Here's Moise Ken. Oh, George Harrison, surely now. No! Oh, it won't go in. Please, just score a goal, someone. Christ, what have I got? I can't even buy a goal at the minute. It's just ridiculous. 8 shots. Either at the goalkeeper, wide,
Just over quarter of an hour left.
or neither, because it's hitting the bloody woodwork. Oh, Colonel, Lords, score a goal!
Special site, this.
Free kick for corner even, not free kick, what are we even talking about? Che Adams with the clearance away. Here's Galdamez, out to Appiah. Silla, question of offside, nothing given, and then Galdamez is just on his own. The entire defence is switched off. There's 5 defenders back there that just watched Galdamez run past them. I need to see a replay to fully understand what on earth just happened. They're all just stood there with their hands up and they've left him. He's got no one within 5 or 6 yards of him there, Galdamez. I need to see a replay from the full tele-camera angle again just to fully understand. Look how many defenders are in the middle there. And they all step now. Oh, and if it weren't for, it's number 34 in the middle there that's just playing him onside. And then they all claim for offside and nobody tracks his run. How can you leave someone that clear in your own box? After all of the chances we've had in this game, we're going to go out of the FA Cup. I cannot believe that the entire defence have just let that runner through. I'm busy on the far side trying to stop the cross come in. All I need is the AI, someone in the AI, of the numerous players back there to track a run. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Unbelievable. Can't believe we're going to go out the FA Cup. Not in this manner. It's ridiculous. Right, Jamie Ward, forward there to Harrison. Here's Che Adams. Going to set Ed Murphy away. He'll turn. Oh, it's not the best of balls. Here's Jamie Ward. He's tackled that through his bloody legs. Oh, I can't believe it. We're out the FA Cup. Oh, don't deserve that at all. Well, we are going to have to finish in Europe now, or finish in a European League spot now if we want to play in Europe next year. I can't understand how he's just strolled into the box all on his own. I should have buried chances at the other end, yes. But I really need my defenders to help me out from time to time, and they just haven't there. Oh, dearie me. Right, Southampton next then in the Premier League. We can't afford to put in a similar performance there. We need the points now. Still third in the league. Growing a margin to Manchester City and Brighton, who've both lost on match day 26. Our European spot, potential final position, is looking a little stronger. Angus Gunn in goal for Saints. Dubois, Bender, Mustafi, Gomez and Augustinsson at the back. 5 for them as ever. Samaseku and Golovin in the midfield with Melendo, Bora and El Yunusi as the front 3. Bender's the only player that isn't 81 rated or higher. This is a strong Southampton side. Very strong team. On paper, they're better than me. Let's see what it's like on the field. Forward to Che Adams. Here's Max Lowe. Space again for Jack Clark. They're switching off here, Southampton. They may have 5 at the back, but their their right back just keep pushing way forward. Oh, what a goal this would be, please. Oh, Ed Murphy. He needs 2 bites of the cherry, but finally he has another goal in the Premier League. Something like 28 games played. It's only his 2nd goal, and he nearly balls it up. Gorgeous move. In behind on one side with Jack Clark. That's unreal football, and if only he tucked that home first time. Very lucky with the way it fell back to him, but no less than we deserve for building a move of that quality. 1-0 Sunderland. Corner for Saints. Golovin to whip it in. Good delivery. Foyth up well. It's going to drop there to Melendo. I don't know anything about him. Here's Sven Bender. Golovin, Melendo. Oh, that might be fortunate for them if Nick Pope weren't 6'7" tall. In game, he's only 6'3" in real life. Don't understand that, but we're not going to complain. Isn't Koulibaly taller in FIFA than real life? We had like 2 items that were an inch different. I can't recall. I know there was some sort of furore on Twitter about Koulibaly's height on his items in FIFA. Wait and see what you guys reckon in the comments. Maybe you can put me right there. You've probably seen it over the months on social media. Ed Murphy in behind here. Will cross it in. It's a good ball, but Sven Bender's there to clear away. Cross into George Harrison. There's a lovely poke to Yearwood. Cleared away by the defender. Tamori will just... What? I think that's gone through his chest. I will just double check. I'm pretty sure I went to just knock it with his feet, and he's let that bounce and go through his chest to then head it. Yep, it's gone entirely through his body. What a great game we have to play here. I do hope FIFA 20 is miles better. We should be getting some career mode news soon over the next few days, hopefully. Oh, George! Please! Oh, it's not going my way today, is it? Not at all. Still, though, 1-0 up here, I guess. Good header by Max Lowe. Jack Clark is there. Drew Yearwood driving forward. As ever from midfield. Options. Come on. Oh, this is turning into one of those sumptuous moves again. But this is too many Southampton defenders in the way. It's going to be 1-0 to Sunderland at the break. Oh, jeez. I just held my breath there because I didn't know where that was going. Strike from outside the area from Southampton. 20 minutes to go. I'm making changes. I don't know if they made any as well. Melendo. El Yunusi's picked up a... Oh, picked up a knock, actually. Last time we played Southampton, Borough tried a full-on bicycle kick, didn't he? That was more of a... I don't know, a lean back and hook. There was no real technique in that. And that's why it went so far wide. Moise Kean off the bench. Please, someone that is a default striker have an impact. Because Lyndon Goots is going to lift this to the back post, knock it back across. Tried to head that back towards George Harrison. Couldn't find the man. Still 15 minutes to go. Still 1-0 in front. Still time to finish the game off. Moise Kean Driving forward. It's going to fall kindly for him. And he scuffs his shot. I think I need multiple new strikers next year. Jack Clark with the delivery. Harrison! Oh! That's more like it. That's more like it. Indeed. I could go mad about that with regards to how good it was as a header. Postage stamp stuff underneath the bar. But where is that quality more often than 1 every 10 games? It's only his 2nd goal in the Premier League season from over 25 games, George Harrison. I just can't get excited. I can't get excited when players like that... He has had so many better, clear-cut opportunities in this game and fluffed them all. And then a header, when he's surrounded by 3 defenders, he buries in off the underside of the bar stupendously. I'm going to win here, and I should be delighted, but I can't find myself being anything more than just frustrated at the fact that the players clearly have the quality, they just don't produce it often enough. You guys are going to have a lot to decide upon in the window next year, and to be fair, in the comment section between now and then, you might help me decide upon it before we even get there. Get that through and run Lyndon Goots. You've got the space to get into. Got Harrison there. I've got Moise Kean in the box. Just lift it in. I tried to find Harrison. It went towards Drew Yearwood, and now we've lost possession. A minute to go. We're still 2-0 up. We're going to get a win. I should be happy. I should be happy. We're solidifying our position in the top 3, let alone the top 4. Through ball. Oh, good interception by Joe Gomez. Very good interception by Joe Gomez. Final whistle will go momentarily. And that is another 3 points for us. Could have been a cricket score there if players put the ball in the back of the net. But they can't. Still though, we scored 2. A lucky first. And I don't know whether it was a lucky second. I mean, I was in control of the other person there, not George Harrison initially when the ball came in. A quick look at this scout report. 78 to 94. You look like you might be something decent. We'll have a close look at him before we even look at the other scout report, I think. I'll say no to you. Let's have a quick look at that Frenchman, just so we don't get mixed up with who was who. Where are you, my man? Yannick Castel, a striker, 78 to 94, 6'2". That's promising. Why is finishing always the worst stat on a striker in the youth setup? How can he have better slide tackling and stand tackling than finishing? He's a striker. This game is knackered, absolutely knackered, with regards to the way that youth players get built. Regardless, he's going to be decent, I think, in a few years' time. I'll say no to you. We've got so many youngsters now. I really need someone that's going to be outstanding, and I just don't think. He's 17. If he was 15, I might have done it. No. Okay, just the Frenchman then called up. Right, final game of the episode is going to be Bristol City. We are, I think that said, still 3rd in the table. There was still a bit of a gap to Liverpool above us, and you don't expect Liverpool to drop points very often at all, really. So I would imagine we're still 3rd. And indeed we are, although Liverpool have dropped points. We're level on points to Liverpool. We're still 11 behind Manchester United, who are apparently, they've just decided that they're going to be incredible this year. McAllister's fit again, but with Drew Yearwood playing so well, where does he fit in the team? Do I drop Declan Rice and use Yearwood as a CDM again and bring McAllister back in? I don't think so, because Yearwood's been most effective going forward. Case in point as he scores a goal. I think McAllister is going to find himself coming back into the fray on the bench until either Yearwood or Rice really show a downturn in form. Oh, another for Yearwood. A missed penalty by Moise Kean off the bench. A hat-trick for Drew Yearwood. Yeah, sorry, Alexis. You're not getting back in the first team anytime soon. Oh, and that moves us up into... Never mind. They've still got a game in hand, Liverpool. But we are up into 2nd place. McAllister on the bench. We'll put him on the bench. Oh, wow. This is turning into quite the incredible season so far. We have a number of decisions. I'm torn as to who to play in midfield, and I'm tearing my hair out as to who to play up top. We've got both ends of the spectrum with regards to our squad selection. At least we know we don't need to buy a centre midfielder for a little while, because we're quite happy with what we've got. That's going to be the end of today's video though, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I apologise that we're out the FA Cup. I'm quite frustrated at that, but we would have only got Europa League football if we'd have won that. And as things stand, we're pushing towards a Champions League spot. So I'm quite happy to progress as things are going. We have a busy month of April, so I might play Leicester, Tottenham and Fulham in tomorrow's episode. And then it'll be Brighton, both Manchester clubs and Chelsea all in the same month, all within a week of each other. Christ. Oh, and then only 2 games in May. So we'll do Fulham in tomorrow's episode. Then Sim Brighton play Manchester United, Manchester City and Chelsea. And then we'll play Wolves at home, Forest and Liverpool in the final episode. There you go. That's going to break that up nicely. We've got 10 games to go between now and the end of the season. And hopefully you will join me on that journey. I'll see you tomorrow.